Efren, welcome for this video commentary that you have kindly, agreed to, share about your ideas and your thoughts about the Anglican, ecumenical, and interfaith relationships, and also comment on the video testimony. So thank you very much for your time and all the work that you have done for the project and your filling up of the questionnaire. So that has been very helpful. So thank you very much. So I'll begin with my first question. Could you please say something about yourself? Where do you live and work in the world, and what is your connection with Anglicanism?
Thank you. Well, my name is Efren Velázquez, and I am a priest in the Anglican Church of Mexico, and I'm the current General Secretary of the Church in Mexico. I live in the center of the country and serve in a parish church called the Resurrection in the city of Toluca. I have belonged to the Anglican Church all my life, since my great-grandparents were Anglicans.
Great. Now, moving to the second question, how does your place, so that is your local context and location, influence the way you view this topic, the topic of Anglican, ecumenical, and interfaith relationships?
I'm the current president of the Interfaith Council of Mexico. This council brings together Christian and non-Christian traditions such as Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hindus, Sikhs, and for example, in the ecumenical area, I participate, and also the church, we participate very actively with churches of various denominations. We have, at the moment, virtual meetings every month and work on issues of common interest. For example, in both groups, interfaith and ecumenical groups, we actively collaborate on issues of human rights, ecological impact, care of children and women, and as well as activities that unite society in bonds of peace.
Thank you. And coming from India, I'm very, I'm happy to hear about, you mentioned Hindus. So Hindus in your, part of, the country. So that is really, interesting to hear, how different diasporic religious communities living in other parts, they also, come together. Thank you very much.
Actually, last night I went to a Hindu temple to participate in a nice ceremony of the birth of one of their goddess.
Yes, gods, yeah. So they have. I'm just kind of assuming because India is a huge country. Hinduism has different traditions. People do celebrate a different, goddess. I'm kind of trying to assume what might be the one. Anyway, no, thank you very much for that. And now, coming specifically to the videos, the video testimonies that I shared with you, where Anglicans reflecting about their participation and experience, with ecumenical and interfaith relationship in different parts like Pakistan or in Taiwan or in Africa, other parts. So, what do you think about this topic, and what is your what are your ideas about this topic of ecumenical and interfaith relationships?
Well, I could see all the videos, very interesting, and the testimonies of the people in the videos confirm the importance of ecumenical and interreligious work in the life of the Anglican communion. I think it's very important. And in the case of our country, the Anglican Church of Mexico has always been open to dialogue with other religions and committed to work together for the unity of all our people and the common good. So I think the testimonies were very important for us.
Thank you. And how do you think the video testimonies change or update what you think about the topic?
Well, I think that the topics are very important for the life of the communion, and what all the people shared in the videos shows their commitment to the life of the unity of not just the church, but the unity of the whole people of God, Christian and non-Christians. So I think they have to continue to work together in these topics because they are very important. Not many people know about the work of ecumenism or the work of the interreligious groups. But I think we need to do something else in order to continue the work of these issues. So for me, the impact of the testimonies at the videos were such important for the community.
Thank you. And do you want to kind of specifically highlight any insights from these testimonies that the students in Anglicanism, students of Anglicanism would, should learn from these testimonies?
Yes, for instance, in our country, these topics are very important, not just for the students of theology, but also for the people in our churches. For instance, one of the topics studied as part of the program at the Theological Seminary in Mexico is ecumenism and interfaith dialogue. So this allows the seminarians, the teachers, and the lay people to have a global view of ecumenical work and the commitment to unity between all believers and non-believers. So that's part of our own experience in Mexico, and I think they should have these topics should have taught in all the theological seminaries in the communion.
Thank you. And do you think what questions do these video testimonies raise for students Anglicanism? Any particular questions? Do you think these testimonies raise for the students of Anglicanism and other students? I mean, as you said, common people.
Well, if I got the question properly, yes, the testimonies should be shared with all the communities, especially not just with adult people, but also with young people. And when it is possible, try to organize events, virtual events at least at the moment, to invite some people to know the communities and work together bounds of relationship with other traditions. I think we need to use this pandemic time to try to organize meetings in a global area or in local context to try to work together in these subjects so important for this moment in the world.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm glad you highlighted how important in this this topic, particularly in this context of the pandemic. So along that line, so the final question from me is actually your suggestions. You have already talked about that. But do you want to say something more about your suggestions for building continuously the ecumenical and interfaith relationship as Anglicans? Do you want to share any further suggestions for this?
Right. Yeah. Well, as I have said, it is very important to cultivate ecumenical and interfaith relationships as part of the ministry of the laity and the ordained ministers. We have to work together with other religious traditions, allows us to maintain the atmosphere of respect and solidarity among all people. And I think that as Anglicans, our commitment must be to seek harmonious relationships with our brothers and sisters from other religious traditions and with people that doesn't believe anything, with not believers, to try to work for a world of justice and peace, especially in times like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, I really love the way you brought together, interfaith relationship, working for justice and peace. Actually, how in the work for justice and peace, ecumenical and interfaith relationships are essential for people to come together and work together. So yeah, that's very helpful. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, as well as your responses. And thank you. And I will stop the recording now.